Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of SlickTopia. My name's Slick, and this is the series where we're playing Tango Tech's TekTopia mod with a few other mods thrown in for fun. So it has been a very long time since I put out an episode of this series, and the reason for being honestly is because right after TekTopia launched and became public, I felt like most everybody was busy experiencing it for themselves and probably wasn't spending a lot of time watching YouTube videos. And I just, discussed it with my executive team. For those of you that have seen this in the past, those are my kids. And since they don't have computers, they are stuck playing Bedrock Edition, which anybody who's seen my Bedrock Kingdom series that I kicked off might be familiar with that. But it just wasn't really appealing to them. And one of the main reasons I wanted to start putting out YouTube videos in the first place was to to be appealing to my executive team and to really like kind of bring them along and get more involved with them and things that they were doing. So yeah, they didn't really have a lot of interest because they don't have access to any kind of mods on Bedrock Edition. So yeah, they they just lost interest in the series, and so without them being there to advise me and guide me, I also kind of lost interest for a while. But recently I received a comment on my last video in this series that I put out, asking when was I going to put out another episode. And so I popped onto the world and I was playing around a bit, and I feel like it's time. The Bedrock thing is great and all, but man, there are just so many issues with Bedrock Edition versus Java Edition, and I really like modded Minecraft. So I think that it's time to spend a little more time on this series, and I also have a bit of an ulterior reason that I'd like to share with you guys, and that's that I didn't realize what all was going to go into making YouTube videos. I didn't realize how much work it is. I watched these guys on Hermitcraft, and I watched several other Minecraft YouTubers, and I just didn't really have a good grasp of how hard it was going to be, and how much work is involved. And with 4 kids and a full-time job, we just recently moved. My wife is going to school, so we've had just a ton of things going on. And frankly speaking, in modded Minecraft, I can accomplish a lot more in a smaller amount of time, to put out good content and also have fun playing at the same time. Because if it's not fun for me, I'm not going to do it. So playing on modded Minecraft is definitely it's faster to make progress and faster to make things happen. If I try to build something like all of this in survival, ignoring the mods, but just the building in general, just harvesting the materials to be able to come up with this would have taken me 10 times as long as it did, because I have these mods. So that being said, we're going to kick things off by just taking a look at what we've done. I feel like we've got a nice town going here, a nice, I don't want to call it a city just yet. I know in our last episode we built this little shopping area, which I really like, and I did wind up going out and getting another vanilla villager over here. I don't have a name for any of these guys yet, and I'm stuck. There we go. But I just cured up a zombie villager, and sure enough, he turned into a vanilla villager. So we've got these 3 guys running the stands here, and man, all this stuff looks pretty good. So I think after taking a tour, there's just some improvements I'd like to make. I feel like for example, the roof on this building is kind of plain, kind of janky looking. I think I can do a much better job now that I've been working at this for 3/4 of a year. The roof that I worked so hard on for the storage room, I mean, it's better than what it was before, but it still kind of looks like butt. It kind of looks like a butt, actually. Yeah, so we're gonna have to change some of that stuff. One of the earliest projects I did was the roof on this little party barge over here, and not only do I not like it at all, but if we go over here and take a look at the town hall and look at the map, since it's Chisels and Bits, they don't show up on the map, so you can just kind of see, like on here, it just kind of looks terrible. So I think what we'll do to get started with today's episode, just while I'm refamiliarizing myself with everything we've done is let's run some time lapses. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to replace this roof. I'm going to replace that roof and do some improvements to that building. And I might get to tackle this one right now, but I'm not sure about that. But I definitely have some ideas. And let's get rolling with this time lapse, and then we will touch base and see how much time we've got left after that. So now that I've gotten refamiliarized with everything around, I made some changes, cleaned up the barge quite a bit over here. Hey, down here. I think it looks a lot better. I still feel like it needs some work down in especially this area. You know, I feel like I just kept using the same blocks over and over. So I tried to, you know, chop up the roof a little, make it look a little more run down. I changed out the outside of it. Added some slabs so that way we get a little bit of differentiation here, and added some railings here. So I feel like, you know, it looks a little more rundown, like it's been here for a long time, and it certainly made a difference in the map over there. Another thing you might notice is I painted the glowstone that was on the top of these poles here so they look like wood. I just feel like, you know, they didn't really fit earlier, but I just wanted them for a light source. So now that I've got the painting machine, I went ahead and painted those, and I think it looks a lot better. I also changed up the decking here quite a bit and added this wall here to prevent people from walking up and down over here. Just because, you know, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be walking on the stairs. So yeah, I added that wall. I feel like this area is definitely a lot better. It's still probably could use a little more work, but I feel like we're at a good spot right now. So the next thing that I decided I wanted to do, I know I talked about tackling this roof, but I've still got to work out an idea of how I want to do that, because this is a rather large building. So I don't want it to be terrible looking, basically. So I'm going to do some brainstorming and see what I can come up with there. I think I might make the building a little taller, or maybe add a second floor, which I understand wouldn't work for the, you know, the storage system, but we'll see how it turns out. So the next project that I want to tackle is, you know, in looking at this area, first off, this tree farm over here that I've got, I've been running into a few issues with like trees like this that wind up never getting harvested, even though they're, why do we have a large tree here? Oh, that shouldn't be there. Anyway, I'll get that cleaned up. But you know, I keep running into like bare trees, and I think it was because I had the fast leaf decay on, that the leaves were decaying faster than it could register or something like that. So I went ahead and took fast leaf decay off, and yeah, we're gonna make some changes here. So ultimately, what I've decided is that I don't like this here. I feel like it takes up a lot of space, and it's kind of out of the way, and I want to move all of this over there by the farm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a new one over there, and then come back and clear all of this out, because I feel like I can better use this space, because this barracks just doesn't really fit here. You know, I was really happy with it when I built it, and I really like it, but it is kind of small. And oh, Billy Bob fell down over there. It'll be all right. So yeah, this is kind of small, and it's just very plain. It's just like one big empty room with this area out here. And you know, I remember how proud I was of this build when I finished it, but now, you you know, coming back and looking at it later, I'm just not really satisfied with it. So I feel like a barracks for a town of the size that we have needs to be significantly larger, and I want to actually build multiple barracks because we're going to need more guards, or I feel like we should have more guards, and I think that we can build multiple barracks and stack them up in one build and just have different rooms with each one with a token. And I think that would be pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of this farm, get rid of all of these trees, put them over there, and then we're going to build a new barracks over here. So let's get started on all of that. And as simple as that, we've got our tree farm moved. So all of this is ready to go. I went ahead and grabbed some bone meal and just got some started. I didn't bone meal all of them, but just enough to get some production going. And hopefully our druids take over from here and get the rest going pretty quick. And you can see they've already started harvesting quite a bit. Anywhere where you don't see grass, there was a tree there and they recently got it. So yeah, this is working out fine. And let's zoom over here real fast and you can see I've gotten this whole thing cleared out. So now we are ready to start planning for this barracks over here. So what I'm thinking is I want a nice big building here that faces has it like an interior courtyard, faces this way, but also has some, you know, exterior defenses to protect us from any monsters that try and attack from this area. So I want a walled structure coming around here, maybe with some you know, some little hidey holes. So if you know, if enemies attack, we can stand up here and shoot arrows out of the slots there. That'll be pretty cool. And I also want to incorporate the little training facility like we've got here. I like this idea, but I think I want to put it in the center. So I'm picturing like an L shape like this with our training area here. I think that would work out nicely. So my thought is that I could potentially set up a big enough area that we could have maybe 3 separate barracks, but all, you know, connected in the same area in the same build, but we would actually have 3 separate entrances and 3 separate tokens here. So that way we could house up to 30 guards. I think that would be pretty cool. I might need to expand out the land over here in this direction a little bit to give us a little more space to work with, and maybe even on this side as well a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to get working and hopefully I can put together a nice time lapse of that for you. So let's check it out. All right, so this is kind of the basic footprint that I think that I've come up with, or that I think that I like. Looks like this needs to come out just a little bit more like that. Yeah, that should line up. So I've come into an issue. Oh, one more. I've come to realize there's an issue with this design though, and that's the fact that the training grounds for the guards to actually practice on these armor stands, it has to be attached into the barracks. And so my issue with that is that I can really only attach 1 to each training area. So I think I'm gonna have to figure out something. I might just set up individual little training spots in each of the like tower areas, and then just have this open courtyard, you know, designed to look like a training area, or maybe just a fortress entrance. We'll figure out the details there, but I think that it's time to get rolling on this time lapse, and let's see if we can't turn this basic layout into something glorious. Wish me luck. Hello, this is Slick from the future. So I just want to let you know, unfortunately, this is the spot where a time lapse is supposed to go, and it's not going to be there because apparently I'm an idiot and didn't record my replay file. So instead, you just get to see me dance. There we go. Here's my dancing time lapse. There you go. A little bit of side to side action. Yep, I can do that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Back to the video. All right, there it is. Tell me what you think of our new and improved triple barracks. Yeah, I feel like this has really turned out the way that I was hoping it would. Let's go inside and I'll show you around a bit. So you come in through the front gate here, and we've got the nice open courtyard area. So I decided to set up the little archery practice stations. You know, these are just for looks, and you know, I know that Tango had hinted about maybe having an archer one day and using hay bales as targets. So we'll see how that pans out. But so this is going to be our courtyard. We've got our monuments to our fallen heroes that we've had. And then if we look in each of these, we've got, let me turn off my night vision. There we go. That way we can see what it actually looks like. So I added some lighting in here. We've got 3 different cells with 10 beds each. Cells, I don't want to call them cells, stations, I guess, with 10 beds each and 10 chairs for everybody to get some rest. I'm still going to add some more decoration and things like that in here. But we've got our 2 armor stands set up in each room. And I did calculate, I don't remember exactly how many blocks each one was, but I know that there was more than enough for us to have 10 guards in here at one point without them getting overcrowded. So this one over here is basically the same thing, just mirrored the opposite direction. Again, we've got the 2 armor stands in the corner there. And then this one in the back is a little more symmetrical, which I like. And again, 10 beds and 2 armor stands, 10 chairs. Yep. Everybody should be pretty happy. So now we have housing available for 30 guards instead of 10. So if we take a look in here, you know, I put so much effort putting one little pixel at a time on these things. Yeah, a lot of work, but I just feel like this is so much better. Oh, I forgot to mention, we got these guys moved over here. I wanted it someplace. I didn't want to put it inside because it's, you know, stone floor. I didn't feel like that was appropriate. And I feel like right here, everybody passing by can pay their respects. So I'm going to get some light on here above it and, you know, decorate maybe a path out here and things like that. So without any further ado, let's grab the little tokens here. So I checked it out earlier, and I don't remember offhand, but I remember they were expensive. All the way to the end. Man. Yeah, 24 blocks of emeralds plus 8 emeralds. Just so happens that I've got 48 here. And there's our 16. Man. These things, the prices just go up and up and up. But that's alright, because we can afford it. I actually haven't been spending a lot of energy trading with the merchant. I've only been to see him maybe a handful of times recently, and every time I'm getting, you know, 3+ stacks of emeralds from trading. So, all right, well, I know you guys are sleeping right now, but it's time to wake up and get moved over. Yeah, let's do this thing. I'm gonna take this, wake you guys up, and then put this over here, hopefully. And oh no, you can't go there. We need that one there. Yeah, this one can go over here because it's the old one and it's got the green text above it. All right, now let's see if any of these have been claimed. All yellow. Oh, we got some greens here. All but one, so there should be one in here. I could have swore we had 10 guards. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I wonder if another guard claimed one of the rooms in the apartments over here. Where are you running off to in such a hurry? To sit down. You probably need it after that jog. Alright, so I'm going to get this all cleared out real fast and then catch up with you in the morning. There it is, a big empty patch of grass now. But don't worry, I've got grand plans to fill it up in the future. So it's about noon the next day. I did track down our missing guard. He was floating around in one of the buildings, and eventually he did tag into that bed. But now we need to try and recoup some of our losses. Let's see. Alright, diamond sword, iron pants, books. Eggs aren't paying much, paper. birch logs, redstone. Redstone's always good. Iron helmet and wool. Wool is paying a lot, so let's get some wool. All right, so let's get to trading. All right, so there we go. Just shy of 2 stacks of emeralds. So let's just take a look-see. Iron legs, we don't have any more. Iron sword or diamond swords, no. Books, nope. All that stuff is maxed out. Ooh, leather cap. I don't remember if we had any of those. Leather cap and iron cap. I don't remember seeing either of those. That one's damaged. Ooh, no, that one's white. That one's white. Yep. Nothing else there. So we'll also grab these from the last necromancer and replenish our supply just a bit here. Put this heart over there. These are all the beds from the old barracks. And as you can see, we've got quite a few hearts. No dark green ones left either. All right, so there's one order of business that I really need to finish off today before we can call this an episode. We've still got 4 green shirts roaming around, and I've been waiting for you guys to promote them. And I think with our newly formed barracks that we should just get 4 guards. Yeah, there goes our 2 stacks of emeralds that we made today. So I'm gonna track down all these green shirts and get them jobified. Seer and Learstrom. Don't run away from me. Seer and Learstrom, you're a guard. Jarek Pincian, sorry to interrupt your drink, but you're a guard. Daniel Kelmore, I accidentally turned him into a guard. Wake up. Go back to being a chef. Sorry about that. Level 1 guard. Get back in the kitchen. Yeah, I was trying to open a door, and just like that, he was walking through, and I was trying to open the door, and I had the token in my hand. Be careful when you have tokens in your hand. Cost me 46 emeralds. Gabriella Grantham, you're a guard. Last but not least, Kasaki Gullscream, you are a guard. I salute you as well. Alright, so now that all the crises have been averted and all the villagers have been jobified, I just want to take a moment and give a special thank you to Mary Loa for just throwing me some comments the past couple weeks. You really gave me some motivation to go on. I was feeling pretty down, and it's stressful with everything going on with the current situation. You know, just trying to find time to handle everything going on in the world at the moment. Plus, you know, as I mentioned earlier about my family and the kids and everything else. So I just want to thank you for being there to support me and to help motivate me to get back in front of this computer and get back on this world and start cranking out some more videos. So I want to induct you into the Hall of Fame for being a true fan. If you could send me a comment with your villager profession of choice and what you want me to name the villager, and I will get that taken care of in the next episode. Unfortunately, that's all the time we're going to have for today. If you liked it, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, share this video with your friends, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a great night.